Howdy, tabletop RPG fans. Thank you for supporting this channel. I'm Wrangleme, Grand Poobah of Game Design, and this Reviews Day topic is about Murphy's World RPG. Murphy's World was published in 1995 by Peregrine and designed by Kevin Davies and David Brown. Various subtitles like Where Things Can Always Get Worse, Take a Trip, The Most Unique Place in the Multiverse, a humorous role-playing game world where reality takes a vacation, and reality is for people who can't handle Murphy's World. Sean Murphy is an intergalactic property developer and thought of this beautiful planet as the perfect place to build his financial empire until he crash landed there. The magical properties of this place quickly adapt to the beliefs of the denizens who live there, including Murphy's easily confused mind. It is the last place your missing socks and the rest of the universe's flotsam and jetsam goes to never be found again. Besides the original core book, there's also 3 add-on books. Bob, Lord of Evil, the humorous horror edition, A Gazetteer of Asgard, an adventure about what happens if Ragnarok were the Super Bowl, and A Slice of Life, an adventure about delivering food to the gods. I especially appreciate the little quips and quotes at the bottom of the pages. So here's the Murphy's World RPG book from 1995. It's big. It's a nice, probably very similar to GURPS book in terms of it's a perfect bound paperback. Plenty of very, very good art. I appreciated the art style throughout the book in terms of its exaggerations and its depictions of fantasy. This looks like it's just over 152 pages long. And the table of contents here is broken out into introduction, the geography of Murphy's World, and basically it tells you about the magically changing landscape and how it is morphing and changing even as the players explore the place. And yet there are cities or buildings or places that they can go to visit, which are landmarks that seem pinned in terms of its geography. Chapter 2, the significant races of Murphy's World: the elves, the dwarves, the brownies, the giants, the trolls, the ogres, the pixies, the technocrats, the celestials, the rakshasas, the nagas, the pogvids, the Reganambis, and the humans. Then it breaks down the GM section using the Murphy's World rules, managing characters, running the Murphy's World. Chapter 3 has their specific RPG designated rules, as well as rules of using your own RPG system or using a diceless system. Then the natural worlds, laws of Murphy's World, the supernatural of Murphy's World, teleportation gates and other tech. People are strange and going native in Murphy's World, how to build characters from the GM's point of view. Once a king, always a king, all things bright and beautiful, your place or mine, how green is your valley, all creatures great and small, and creating a Murphy's World adventure. Chapter 14 is the tools and tricks of the trade, how to deal with the randomness, lots of random tables in that chapter. And then the Murphy's World adventure, Robin's Summer Romance in Asgard, or Robin and Her Merry Sven. And last is an index and a designer's notes and sources of inspiration. The index is good. The table of contents is good. The adventures are very well done. It looks to me like from the copyright information that they worked on this from 88 to 95. So that's 7 good years of planning, preparation, play testing, and figuring everything out. The layout is brilliant, and it's very easy to navigate through and look at the random tables and deal with things. Creating Murphy's World adventures. These are some of the setting stuff, all creatures great and small. So it's talking about the dust bunnies and the bomb beasts and all the different creatures, the wascally wabbits, the wormy worms. This one has the your place or mine, and talks about many of the locations, all things bright and beautiful, and it's different items, basically the different venturing artifacts and things that you might find as you're going along. The booties of bouncing, the dustbin of destiny, different characters that you might encounter. Section on NPCs, the once a king, always a king. I love the fact that they have naming tables throughout here that help you name people. People are strange and going native. Teleportation gates and where they go to. The materials in this book are extensive, in depth, and like you are a traveler seeking a guidebook, it's one of the best resources that you could have for a setting, including either being the player or the game master. Lots of great rules in the rules section. Might want to bring some of those over as part of your homebrew rules in your own games. And tons of humor. Every part of the description of the denizens, the races of Murphy's World, is hilarious. It is hilarious. So this is the second book, Bob, Lord of Evil. Another thick, GURPS style, perfect bound book. This is, as the thing says, the humorous horror role-playing game. And it says maybe used as a supplement for Murphy's World. I thought that this was very interesting in the fact that they took many of the things that I already like about the horror genre, monster movies in particular, and just like a good Abbott and Costello and Frankenstein movie or Dracula's Castle movie or any of these where you have a comedy setting mixed with a monster movie setting, that's what you get out of Bob, Lord of Evil. All the stuff that's in this book is very well thought out and explains everything that you might want if you were running the Darklands, as they call it, the place where Bob lives. And it's a great book of combining that horror genre in a funny way with the Murphy's World setting. And Bob obviously spends a little time surfing and doing other things that regular people might enjoy. Seems that he likes to watch some TV and get some pizza. So he's an evil guy, but he's also a kind of bored guy and kind of a guy who doesn't like visitors to his realm because that means he has work to do. Of course, he has a number of sycophants and henchmen who do his lackey work. And the book has some great character art of all these wonderful, amazing, monstrous characters that live in the Darklands. They took a lot of time to prepare things and make things feel, the layout and the settings and everything. Everything feels like you're part of this strange, dark place with foreboding characters and what's going on in that world. And I highly recommend both of these books. I actually don't have the Asgard book or the Slice of Life book, something on my collection list, but these are two wonderful books that you should consider if you're a fan of the old and obscure RPGs. The settings and the characters are certainly the best part of the Murphy's World books. The rules are there, although I might suggest you simply forget those pages and use your favorite RPG rules instead. The book actually suggests how to play with your own rules, their rules, or no rules, using diceless gameplay style. The backgrounds, name generators, and various powers of the denizens of Murphy's world are terrific, and every attempt should be made to keep that flavor in your own game. This episode is brought to you by Kaboomkin, the smaller, faster, funnier RPG of cartoon, fairy tale, post-apocalypse mayhem. It's time to blow stuff up. Get it now at www.kaboomkin.com. Thank you all for watching this episode. Hit like, subscribe, or ring the bell, or Booger will get you. If you want to see more videos like this, go to hopspush.com and buy an RPG or t-shirt. Do good, annoy evil, and bye-bye.